Hey everybody, it's Jess and my little sidekick here, Lucy. This is Blessed Jess. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm still working on the lighting and trying to figure out the best place to film these videos, so it's not perfect right now and I'm sorry. But this is Transformation Thursday, week 23. I'm coming to you from my mom clothes because we're doing housework today and freezer cooking a little bit, so I'm sorry. But I wanted to get on here and film Transformation Thursday for you. It's one of my favorite videos of the week. Transformation Thursday was started by Spanky Cola and Transforming Melody. Them as well as everyone else will be linked down below. Transformation Thursday is just about where we talk about what the Lord's doing in our life as we give control to Him of our whole life, and He transforms us into the person He created us to be. So we are all a work in progress, myself totally included. So, but this is kind of what's been going on this week. Yesterday I posted Weight Is Enough Wednesday. I will try to remember to have that linked above. That's where I share about my weight loss, my diet, how that went, all of that. Go check that out if you're interested. But today I'm going to be talking about kind of what I'm feeling this week. I've had a very emotional week. If you don't know, my son is 4 and he was recently diagnosed with autism about a year ago. We had a family history of it, and I was always kind of anxious about the fact that he could have autism, and it was always something that kind of weighed heavily on my heart. And then when he was diagnosed, it was very hard to come to grips with. And then we kind of got in a routine of him going to school and being helped, and autism actually being the label itself being a positive thing in his life, because it gave me words that people understood. If I took him somewhere and said he has autism, they kind of understood what his behavior, why it was a certain way, and it wasn't like, what's wrong with this kid, you know? It became a really kind of a positive thing in our life, being able to have a word to describe him. Not that that defines him at all, that's not what I'm saying, but you looked at him, you just look at him, he looks like a normal 4-year-old little boy. He's super healthy, we are so blessed. He is so smart, he reads, he knows all kinds of stuff, but his speech is very, very broken. He can talk, but it's very different than just being able to have a normal conversation. And there are some other things, but you know, the enemy's really been playing with my mind lately and really discouraging me. And I guess I just wanted to do this video to reach out and just say, if you have a special needs child, I can totally relate, and the struggle that it is, but also the wonderful blessing that it is. And if you don't have a special needs child, maybe you'll be a little more sensitive to families or children when you see them, and just be more aware of what that family may be going through. And I'm going to try not to cry because, like I said, I'm super emotional. So the hard part this week has been, I feel really discouraged that wherever we go and whoever I leave him with, I constantly have to, it's a struggle. It's a struggle to explain what he needs. They don't always understand what he needs, and it's a full-time job for me to take care of him. He just started school, and so I think that's going to be a tremendous help. He was in school in Texas, and then we were moving and everything, and we got him into school, a preschool here in Georgia, a special needs class. So I really think that's going to help a lot, and he's going to be receiving speech therapy, and they're wonderful over there, and that has been a huge relief out of my mind. But as we're adjusting to a new life in our new city, our new church, our new apartment, our new everything is changing for everybody, and we're trying to settle. I've been really discouraged when that every time, you know, it seems like we have issues a lot. Like, I can't just leave him at church in the nursery without there being issues, or without having to explain a lot of, this is what you need to do, and then they still have problems. And it's become me like saying, God, why why are we having to go through this? Like, is it ever going to be easier? Is it ever going to be easier? You know, am I doing the right thing? Am I handling everything right? And I've been kind of beating myself up, like maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe I shouldn't leave him. As, you know, not that I leave him all the time, but you know, he has to find his, I want him to have independence, and at the same time, like, I've got to prepare the people who are taking care of him, and I don't really know how to do that. And then like the fear of leaving him in school and him not being able to tell me, you know, anything about, like, I pick him up and I'm like, how was school? What did you do? He can't tell me. And I hope he's having fun. And I know he is. I know this is just the enemy bringing up fear in my heart that, you know, that he has, I know that God has a great plan for his life and for our life and for other people's life that meet our family and our story. And I hope somebody can benefit for what I'm saying right now. With taking care of a special needs child is hard. It's harder. I feel like I can drop Lucy off with anyone in any situation and she might cry, or she might, you know, be a 2-year-old, but they know how to handle her. I have a hard time leaving Nate, and he has a hard time without me. So it just makes it hard. And I really think that being in school is going to help a super ton. And he is a sweetheart, and I literally love him to death. I would not change anything about him, because he is who God made him to be. But at the same time, I'm having to work through the feelings of this is how we have to live. This is what we have to do to take care of him. And I think I'm just rambling at this point. But, you know, the unknown always scares me. And I've talked about this before, the unknown of where we're going to live, the unknown of where we're going to work. Now it's more the devil saying the unknown of, well, what are you going to do about this? And how is Nate going to be when he grows up? And, you know, how's kindergarten going to go next year? And how is he going to do at church and when he has to go to the next class? And how is he going to do at church this next week? And, you know, when we go to the store, is he going to have a meltdown? Do I need to pack, you know, a game for him, a snack for him? It's always on my mind. And I feel like a lot of people don't really understand how hard it is. But I know a lot of you do, and I know a lot of you have similar situations, and I just wanted to encourage you that God has you and your situation in his hands, and you have to give it to him, and you can't quit taking it. You've got to quit taking it out of his hands and worrying about it. You know, tomorrow will worry about itself tomorrow. Worrying about it today isn't going to change anything. It's just going to make you miserable in the process. So I'm really trying this week to think on the good things and think about the blessings, because the blessings of my life and then the struggles of my life, the blessings far outweigh it. The blessings that my son is 10 million times more than the struggles he's facing, you know? I'm sorry. So no matter what you're going through, just try to remember that God has a plan. He's not going to leave you in the middle of your struggle. He's going to walk with you 100% through it. He's going to hold your hand. He's going to hold you up. And the days that I have a really hard time, I try to just lean on that God has a plan. And you know, it says in the Bible, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. That's one of my favorite Bible verses, because we like to lean on our own understanding of how things are going to go. But God has a plan that's far bigger than our own understanding of life. So I've just been kind of battling fear over my son and over our life. And I don't believe that God has that for us. I don't believe that God has anything but good for us. He has so much good for us. And he created us. He created everyone in his image. He doesn't make mistakes. So I'm just kind of having to work through the feelings, and I haven't really been this upset about any of this until this week. So I don't really know why I'm feeling this. I don't know if it's just him starting school and I think it's just a lot of change at once for all of us. And he's having to adjust, and I'm having to adjust, and all of that. So thank you for listening to me vent, and I appreciate all of you so much and all of your kind words. And I really hope to bring a spotlight to autism on my channel. I've been kind of thinking about what are some things I could do to educate a little bit, or to reach out to other people who have children. We are recently diagnosed, and I know there's so much information out there from parents who have been, you know, dealing with this for much longer than us. And, you know, we all need to support each other, and there's other ideas and there's other support out there if you need that. And I also want to help educate people about autism, because before I married my husband and I met my brother-in-law, I didn't know anyone with autism. I didn't know that much about it, and now I feel like I know a whole lot. And, you know, I think it's one of those things that it's kind of hard to understand, because kids with autism don't always look different than us. Sometimes they do if they are very severely autistic, but, you know, it's such a broad spectrum. So, you know, I think we all need to support each other a little bit more. And, you know, I've had wonderful, awesome, positive comments every time I've talked about this. And I've also got a few not so nice comments about, and not really from anyone on YouTube, but in my personal life, about things that I should do or try with him. And, you know, I'm his mom. God gives me wisdom on the best things, and we're working with his doctors, and God has us go through it. And unless you have a child that, and even if you do have a child that has autism, you don't really know the other parents and what they're facing. So it's such a broad thing. And I hope that's making sense. I feel like I'm just rambling, but anyway, no matter what your situation is, God has it. And worry and fear are nothing from him. God does not give us worry and fear. He doesn't. If you're experiencing worry and fear and anxiety, it's not from him. And I know that can be a hard thing to combat, but I combat it with prayer, with reading my Bible, and with filling my mind. You know, the Bible says whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is good, whatever is honest, think on those things. It doesn't say whatever is scary, whatever is challenging, whatever is bad, whatever is fearful, you know, whatever is whatever. It doesn't say to think on the bad things. It says to think on the good things. And if you're constantly thinking on negative things, you're going to be negative and you're going to be depressed. But if you're thinking on the good things and you're thinking on your blessings, you're going to have a positive outlook. And that's how I combat being afraid and having anxiety about things. So I hope I'm sorry, this was kind of an emotional, sad Transformation Thursday, but it's just what's been going on, and I'm sure next week I'll feel a lot better. It's just a lot at once, and having to trust others with our children is hard. It's hard, even though I know that school is exactly where he needs to be. I have a total peace. They're amazing. He loves it. Like, this is his third day. He has not cried when we've left him. He is loving it, and I'm so happy for him. But I'm having to trust someone else to watch him, and he can't tell me anything about it. So, you know, you know who I can trust, and that's God, and he has this. So, anyway, I'm going to sign off before I start crying again. So, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below, and please subscribe if you're new. I'm almost to 700 subscribers, so thank you all so much. I'm having so much fun on YouTube, and the community I found on here and the support it's meant the world to me. So thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.